My family wants us to be together, she said, and now I'm marrying an alien. Lucas Gray had never imagined that his life would change in a single day. He worked as an engineer on the orbital station Artemis, a human hub near the Outer Rim trade worlds. The station was not large, but it was busy. Traders, scientists, and diplomats passed through every day. Lucas spent most of his time repairing systems, checking life support, and making sure the station's engines ran smoothly. His life was quiet, orderly, and safe. He liked it that way. But that day, everything felt different. Lucas was walking down the main corridor, carrying a toolkit, when he first noticed her. She was standing near the observation deck, staring at the stars. She was tall, her skin a pale silver blue, and her eyes were deep violet. Her movements were graceful, almost as if she floated. Lucas had seen alien visitors before, but she had a presence that made him pause. "Hello," he said cautiously, trying to sound friendly. "I don't think we've met." She turned and looked at him. Her eyes were curious, calm, and intelligent. "I am Tala," she said in perfect human English, though her voice had a soft musical tone. "I study human culture. I want to understand your people." Lucas blinked. I'm Lucas. I work on the station engines." "Culture, huh? You mean like art and music?" Tala smiled faintly. "Yes, and family, friendship, relationships. I want to understand what humans value most." Lucas was intrigued. He had never met an alien so open, so gentle. Most visitors kept their distance, but Tala seemed interested in him, not just in general, but in him. He felt a strange warmth in her presence. Over the next few days, Lucas and Tala met again and again. He showed her the station's engines, the observation deck, and even the small recreation area where humans gathered for games and stories. Tala watched and listened carefully. She asked questions about food, traditions, and even why humans laughed at silly jokes. Lucas found himself explaining things he had never thought about before. One evening, as the station orbited a distant blue planet, Lucas and Tala sat on a quiet bench near the observation deck. The stars were bright, and the planet glowed below. "Lucas," Tala said softly, "I feel something here. Humans have a word for this. Connection? Is it called friendship?" Lucas smiled. "Yes, friendship. And sometimes more. It is trust, caring, wanting to be near someone." Tala nodded slowly. "I think I want to understand more than just friendship." Lucas's heart skipped a beat. He wasn't sure what she meant, but he felt it too. He had never imagined feeling this way about an alien. Yet, sitting there, he realized that she made him feel calm and alive at the same time. Their conversations grew longer and deeper. Tala asked about family. Lucas spoke about his parents, his little sister Claire, and how they always hoped he would find someone kind and strong. Tala listened carefully, asking about traditions he grew up with, about holidays, and about the way humans celebrated life. Lucas noticed that she wasn't just curious. She seemed to value what humans valued. "Why do you care so much about humans?" Lucas asked one night. Tala looked at him, her eyes reflecting the stars. "My family believes that humans and my people can learn from each other. We can grow stronger together. Your people have courage, loyalty, and love that we admire. I want to see this for myself. I want to see you for yourself." Lucas felt a strange mix of excitement and fear. He had never considered being part of something bigger than himself. Humans had their problems, aliens had theirs, and suddenly he felt like he was in the middle of a story much larger than he had imagined. A week later, Tala asked him to accompany her to a secure communication room. She said it was time he met her family. Lucas was nervous. He had met alien leaders before, but usually in formal settings with diplomats. This felt personal. The room was dim, filled with soft lights that shifted colors slowly. Tala activated a hologram. Two figures appeared. They looked much like her, but larger, older, and radiating authority. Her mother's silver-blue skin gleamed under the light, and her father's violet eyes were deep and serious. "Lucas Gray," her mother said, her voice calm but commanding. "We have observed you. We have seen your courage, your kindness, and your intelligence. We believe you are suitable for an important bond with our daughter Tala." Lucas felt his stomach twist. Bond. I don't understand. Her father spoke next. "Our people believe that peace and understanding are built through shared life and trust. We ask you to consider uniting with Tala. This union is not only personal, but it strengthens the connection between your world and ours." Lucas swallowed hard. He never expected this. He thought she was curious, studying humans, maybe even wanting a friend. He did not expect a request like this. It felt impossible, overwhelming. Tala reached out her hand through the hologram. "Lucas, my family believes in this. I also believe in you. I want you to choose me." Lucas looked at her, at the hope and trust in her eyes. He wanted to say yes, but his mind was full of doubt. Could he marry an alien? Could he live between worlds? What would his family think? What would his friends say? But for the first time in a long while, he also felt something else. He felt wanted, needed, and trusted. He felt that this connection, strange and frightening as it was, might be right. Lucas took a deep breath. "Tala, I need time to think. This is not easy for me." Tala nodded. "I understand. Take all the time you need. But know this, Lucas. My family and I, we hope for your courage to guide you. I hope for your heart to guide you too." Lucas left the room, feeling the weight of the choice pressing on him. He walked through the corridors, past humans who were unaware of the momentous decision he faced. He went to the observation deck, sat, and looked at the stars. Tala had asked him to join her, not just as a friend, but as something more. Something that could change his life forever. He thought of his family back on Earth, of his quiet little home, of the simple human life he knew. Could he leave that? Could he step into a future with an alien civilization? And yet, every time he thought of Tala, every time he remembered her smile, her calm voice, her curiosity about his life, he felt a pull he could not resist. It was fear and excitement together, tangled into one. Lucas did not have an answer yet. He only knew one thing clearly. His life had changed forever, and nothing would ever be the same again. The stars outside seemed to shine brighter that night. Lucas looked at them and whispered quietly, Maybe this is the start of something greater." And somewhere across the distance, Tala looked at the same stars from her ship, feeling the same pull, the same hope, and the same strange growing connection. The bond between them had begun, though neither knew yet how it would shape the future. Lucas Gray could not stop thinking about Tala and her family's request. He wandered through the corridors of the Artemis station carrying a small data pad, but his mind was elsewhere. Every system check, every tool he adjusted, seemed dull compared to the weight of the choice before him. Tala's words and her family's trust played over and over in his mind. He wanted to understand, but fear and uncertainty tangled with curiosity and something like excitement. He went to the station lounge where humans and aliens often shared meals and stories. Ben, his close friend, was there, tinkering with a small drone. Ben noticed Lucas's distracted look. "You look like a ghost," Ben said, laughing lightly. "What's going on? You've been spaced out all day." Lucas sat down heavily. "It's Tala and her family. They want me to join her, like to bond with her. Permanently." Ben raised his eyebrows. "Bond like marriage?" "Yes," Lucas said, running a hand through his hair. "I didn't expect it. I like her, but this is more than I can imagine. It's not just her. It's her people, their culture, their whole world." Ben leaned back and shook his head. "Man, that is heavy. Marrying an alien. Your life will never be the same. The politics, the culture, the risks. It's huge. Have you thought about what it really means? Lucas nodded slowly. Yes, every second. I see what they value, the way they live, the trust they place in me. I don't want to disappoint them, but how can I leave my family and my world behind? How can I choose a life so different? Ben put a hand on his shoulder. Lucas, you're human. You care about people. You're brave. But this is bigger than just bravery. It's your heart, your mind, everything. You have to choose carefully. Don't let pressure force you. Lucas sighed. I know. But Tala, she trusts me. Her family trusts me. They see something good in humans. In me. It's scary, but it feels important. Ben nodded. Okay, I get it. Just don't rush, and maybe talk to her. Hear what she really feels, not just what her family wants. Lucas thought about that. He had spoken with Tala often, but their conversations had mostly been light. He realized he had not truly asked her what she wanted for herself. He wanted to know if she saw this as duty, or as choice, or as something else entirely. Lucas felt the weight of her words. He had never considered love in such a way before. He had cared for people, for family, for friends, but to be chosen across worlds, for trust, honor, and something personal, it was almost too much to imagine. Yet he felt a pull he could not resist. I need time, he said finally. I want to choose carefully, but I don't want to hurt you, or your family. Tala reached out her hand and Lucas took it. Her skin was cool, smooth, and her touch was comforting. Lucas, time is your friend. Think and listen to your heart. I will wait, because I want this to be right for both of us. Over the next few days, Lucas tried to balance his duties on the station with his thoughts about Tala. He repaired engines, monitored systems, and checked life support, but his mind wandered constantly. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her standing by the observation deck, her violet eyes reflecting the stars, her calm voice guiding him to think about courage, trust, and choice. He also visited his human friends, Claire and Ben, and spoke at length about the decision. Claire, his sister, had a sharp mind and a caring heart. She listened quietly before speaking. Lucas, she said, if this is what your heart wants, then you should explore it. Yes, it is huge. Yes, it is frightening. But you are not alone. You have Tala. You have her trust. You have the chance to make something great. Sometimes, fear is part of the path to courage. Lucas nodded slowly. Her words helped him, but they did not remove the weight. Fear was still there, strong, pressing. He wondered if he could truly step into a life so far from what he had known. One evening, the station received a message from Tala's family. They requested another communication, more formal this time, to discuss the union. Lucas prepared himself, unsure of what to expect. He entered the secure comm room, and the hologram activated. Tala's mother and father appeared again, looking serious but calm. Her mother spoke first. Lucas Gray, we hope you have considered our previous words. We wish to understand your thoughts. Our daughter is willing, but your decision is important. It will shape not only your future, but the bond between our peoples. Lucas took a deep breath. I have thought, and I am scared. This is more than I can imagine. It is not just about us. It is about families, worlds, traditions. I don't know if I am ready to carry that. Her father nodded. Courage is not the absence of fear, Lucas. Courage is to act even when fear is present. Your people have shown this in history. We trust that you have this courage too. You must choose from your heart. Lucas looked at Tala through the hologram. She smiled faintly, nodding encouragement. He realized that this was not a test, not a trap. They were placing faith in him, giving him the power to choose. I want to try, he said finally. I want to explore this with Tala. But I need guidance. I need to learn about your people, your ways, and what it means to be together. Tala's mother smiled softly. That is wise, Lucas. Learning, understanding, and respect are the foundations of our bond. We will guide you, but the choice must come from your heart. Lucas felt a strange mix of relief, excitement, and fear. He had not said yes completely, but he had chosen to step forward. He had chosen to learn, to explore, to face the unknown with Tala by his side. After the communication ended, Lucas walked slowly to the observation deck. Tala was waiting. He looked at her and felt a warmth in his chest he had never felt before. "Lucas," she said softly, "you have chosen wisely. We will learn together, and whatever comes, we will face it side by side." Lucas nodded. Yes, side by side. They watched the stars in silence. The station moved quietly around them, and for the first time, Lucas felt a sense of possibility. His life had changed, and the path ahead was uncertain, but it was also full of hope. He realized that fear and courage, doubt and love were all part of the journey, and with Tala, he was ready to begin. That night, Lucas lay in his small quarters, staring at the ceiling. He thought about his family, about his human friends, and about Tala's family. He knew the road ahead would be difficult, but he also knew that he could not turn back. The first step had been taken, and it had been guided by trust, honor, and the heart. Somewhere across the stars, Tala looked at her own ceiling in her cabin, thinking of Lucas, of courage, and of the strange, wonderful connection that had begun between a human and an alien. The bond was fragile, new, but real. It would grow, or it could falter. But for now, it was enough to know that they had chosen to walk the first steps together. And in that choice, two worlds began to inch closer, one careful, deliberate step at a time. Lucas Gray felt restless. The station was quieter than usual that day, and he kept walking through the corridors, unable to focus. His thoughts were full of Tala, her family, and the bond they expected him to accept. He felt both honored and trapped. The pressure of the situation weighed heavily on him. He went to the station lounge, hoping to find Ben. Sure enough, Ben was there, fixing a small drone that had stopped working. "Hey," Lucas said, sitting down. "I think my head might explode. Tala's family, it's a lot to take in. I don't know if I can do this." Ben looked up, frowning. "You're scared." "That's normal. This isn't just about you and Tala. It's bigger than that. It's about politics, culture, and history. You're human, Lucas. Your people are brave. But this is something else." Lucas rubbed his face. "I know. I keep thinking about what it means to marry her, to really belong to another world. It feels impossible." Ben leaned back, thinking. Maybe it's not impossible. Maybe it's about trust. If Tala trusts you, and her family trusts you, maybe that means you can do it too. But you need to decide what you really feel, not just what they expect. Lucas nodded slowly. Ben's words made sense, but they did not remove the fear. He needed clarity. He needed to understand Tala's people, their values, and what it meant to take this step. He decided to meet Tala at the observation deck. She was there, looking out at the stars, her violet eyes reflecting the light of the nearby planet. "Lucas," she said softly when he arrived, "I have been thinking about you, about us, about the choice you face." "I'm confused," Lucas admitted. "I want to do the right thing, but I don't know what that is." "It's not just about me. It's about your family, your people, and my life too." Tala turned to him. "I understand. And I want you to know something. For my people, a promise is sacred. When we choose someone, we honor them with our trust. But for me, Lucas, it is not only duty, it is also choice. I choose you because of who you are, not because my family asked me to." Lucas looked into her eyes. He saw sincerity, strength, and care. He realized that Tala's trust in him was not blind. She had chosen him, just as he could choose her. "How do you know you are ready for this?" Lucas asked. "Your people, they live differently, think differently. How can I fit in?" Tala smiled faintly. "You don't need to be exactly like us. Humans have qualities we admire: courage, loyalty, kindness. These are more important than rituals or customs. You will learn our ways, and we will learn yours. We will grow together. That is what matters." Lucas felt a spark of hope. He wanted to believe her, but doubt still lingered. He needed to test himself, to prove that he could be worthy of this trust and choice. Over the next days, Lucas asked Tala to teach him more about her culture. She showed him the meaning behind gestures, words, and traditions. She explained how her people valued honor, patience, and respect. Every lesson was small, but each one built understanding. Lucas listened carefully, asked questions, and tried to absorb everything. One afternoon, the station received a warning from a nearby trade world. A small group of hostile aliens had attacked a civilian freighter. The situation was tense, and the station's command team asked for volunteers to assist in rescue operations. Lucas's engineering skills were needed to help repair damage and reroute power. Tala asked if she could join him. "I want to see you act, Lucas. Not for my family, but for yourself. I want to know what you are capable of." Lucas hesitated, then nodded. "Okay, let's do this together." They boarded a small shuttle and headed toward the damaged freighter. As they arrived, they saw the ship's hull torn, smoke rising from the engines. Humans and aliens worked together, but chaos was everywhere. Lucas's mind raced, but he focused on the tasks at hand. He repaired systems, stabilized power, and guided crew members to safety. Tala moved beside him, helping where she could, but also observing him. Through the chaos, Lucas felt a new confidence. He realized that courage was not about fearlessness. It was about acting despite fear. Tala's presence was calm, steadying, reminding him that he was not alone. After hours of work, the freighter was stabilized, crew members were safe, and the immediate danger had passed. Tala's family, observing remotely through a hologram, saw Lucas's actions. They witnessed his skill, bravery, and calm under pressure. "You see," Tala said softly when they returned to the station, "this is what they hoped for. Not perfection, not fearlessness, but courage, honor, and care. You have these, Lucas. You have proven yourself." Lucas smiled, exhausted but proud. He realized that fear had not disappeared, but it had changed. It was no longer paralyzing. It became a guide, reminding him to act, to choose, and to be responsible. He visited Ben and Claire later, telling them about the operation. Both nodded, impressed. Claire said, "Lucas, this is more than just bravery. You have shown loyalty, skill, and care. These are qualities that matter across any world. Maybe this is what Tala's family saw in you from the start." Lucas thought about that. He realized that courage was not about the big heroic moments alone. It was about choice, honesty, and effort. He felt a quiet pride in himself, knowing that he could meet challenges and still honor Tala and her people. Tala's family sent another communication. Her mother spoke first. "Lucas Gray, we have observed your actions. We see your courage and your heart. Our trust in you is growing. You have shown that you can face fear, make choices, and act with honor. This is the foundation of a lasting bond." Lucas nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility and the strength of his own resolve. "Thank you. I want to learn more. I want to be worthy of your trust, of Tala's choice. I will continue to grow, and I will do my best." Her father added, "Courage and effort are the measures of a person, Lucas. You have shown both. Continue, and you will find your place among us." After the communication ended, Lucas went to the observation deck. Tala was there, smiling softly. You have grown, Lucas. Not only in skill, but in heart. I see now that you can face challenges, not because you are fearless, but because you choose to act. Lucas took her hand. And I see now that my heart wants to choose you, Tala, not just because of your family, but because of you. Because of what we share. Tala's eyes glowed faintly in the soft starlight. Then we will continue together, learning, growing, and facing whatever comes, side by side. They watched the stars in silence, feeling the bond between them deepen. Lucas understood that this connection was not simple. It was full of challenges, doubts, and lessons. But it was real, and it was growing. He thought about his family back on Earth, about his human friends, and about the responsibility of joining Tala's world. It was a huge task, but he now felt a sense of purpose. He had proven courage in action, and he had begun to understand the values of her people. He felt ready to face the next step, whatever it might be. And somewhere across the distance, Tala looked at the stars from her ship, thinking of Lucas, of courage, and of the growing bond between them. She knew that challenges would come, but she also knew that together they could face anything. The trust they had begun to build was strong, and it would guide them through the trials ahead. Lucas lay in his small quarters that night staring at the ceiling. He felt exhausted, but also alive. He had faced fear, he had acted with courage, and he had started to understand what it meant to be worthy of trust. The road ahead was still uncertain, but he was no longer paralyzed by doubt. He had begun to choose his own path, with Tala by his side. The stars outside shone brightly, reflecting the possibilities of the future. Lucas realized that life was bigger than he had ever imagined. It was full of risks, challenges, and moments of fear, but it was also full of connection, trust, and the chance to build something lasting. With Tala, he had begun a journey that would change him and perhaps both their worlds forever. Lucas Gray woke early on the Artemis station. The stars outside were bright, and the distant planet reflected soft blue light into the room. But Lucas did not feel peaceful. A new message had arrived from the command center. A hostile alien fleet was moving through nearby space. They had attacked a trade convoy, and there was a risk that the station itself could be targeted. Lucas knew that this was serious. He had assisted in small emergencies before, but this was different. The fleet was dangerous, organized, and well-armed. Panic stirred in the station corridors as alarms sounded and crews prepared for defense. He made his way to the control hub, where Tala was already waiting. She looked calm, but Lucas could see the tension in her posture. "They are moving faster than expected," Tala said softly. "We need to act quickly, Lucas. Your skills could help save lives today." Lucas nodded. Fear was present, but now it felt like a tool. It reminded him to focus, to be smart, and to act. He had learned courage, honor, and responsibility. Now it was time to use them. The station's command team briefed them quickly. Systems were damaged, shields were only partially operational, and communication with nearby ships was unstable. Lucas was assigned to reroute energy to critical defense systems. Tala was assigned to coordinate evacuation protocols and help maintain calm among civilians. As they moved through the corridors together, Lucas realized how much he relied on her presence. She did not control him, but her calm, steady manner gave him confidence. "Remember," she said, "courage is not the absence of fear. It is acting even when afraid. You can do this, Lucas." He nodded, gripping his toolkit tightly. Every step toward the control room felt heavier than before, but he also felt stronger. He was not alone. Tala, her people, and even his own skills were with him. Once in the control hub, Lucas went to work. The system panels blinked with warnings, and the alarms echoed around him. He rerouted power, patched circuits, and stabilized the shields. Tala moved beside him, coordinating teams and helping injured workers. The hostile fleet approached faster than expected. Small fighter ships darted toward the station. Lucas and Tala had to act quickly. He adjusted power outputs, diverting energy to shield emitters in the direction of the incoming fighters. Sparks flew from a damaged panel, and a warning light blinked. "Hold on," Lucas muttered, fixing the panel as quickly as he could. Tala moved beside him, giving directions and calming the staff. Hours passed. The station shook from near misses, but Lucas and Tala worked tirelessly. They saved civilians, stabilized critical systems, and prevented catastrophic damage. Lucas's human ingenuity combined with Tala's knowledge of her people's technology created solutions that impressed even the command team. Finally, the hostile fleet withdrew. The station was battered, but no lives had been lost. Lucas slumped into a chair, exhausted, sweat and grime covering him. Tala sat beside him, smiling faintly. "You were incredible," she said. "You acted with courage and calm. My family will see this. They will understand why I trust you." Lucas shook his head, still catching his breath. "I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because it was the right thing. But I feel like I understand what you meant. Trust is earned through action, not words." Tala nodded. "Exactly. And now, Lucas, you have earned the respect of my people. You have shown that humans can stand strong beside us, not only in words, but in deeds." That evening, Tala's family sent a communication. Her mother's voice was calm and proud. "Lucas Gray, we have witnessed your actions. We see your courage, your skill, and your calm in danger. This is the foundation of trust. Our daughter has chosen you, and we now see that you are worthy of that choice." Lucas felt a strange mixture of relief and pride. He realized that he had not only acted for Tala and her family, but he had also acted for himself. He had proven to himself that he could rise to the challenge, that fear was not a barrier, but a guide. Later, Lucas and Tala walked together to the observation deck. The station was quiet, the alarms gone, and the stars shone brightly. "Lucas," Tala said softly, "today showed us both something important. Courage is not about being fearless. It is about acting with purpose and honor. You have shown this, and I am proud to be by your side." Lucas took her hand, feeling warmth and comfort. "I feel stronger than I ever imagined. I still fear the future, but now I know I can face it, not alone, but with you." Side by side, they sat in silence, watching the stars. Lucas thought about his family back on Earth, his human friends, and the responsibility he now carried. He realized that the bond between him and Tala was more than personal. It was symbolic. It was a bridge between worlds. Over the next days, Lucas worked closely with Tala and her people to repair the station's systems. He learned new technologies, adjusted unfamiliar controls, and coordinated efforts with alien engineers. Tala guided him patiently, explaining the reasons behind their methods and the importance of cultural respect. Through this work, Lucas began to feel more connected to her people. He saw that trust was not just about courage, but also about understanding, learning, and respect. He also realized that he had changed. He was no longer the quiet engineer on the station. He was a bridge, a link between humans and aliens, capable of action, care, and leadership. One evening, as they finished a long day, Tala spoke quietly. "Lucas, you have faced fear, acted with courage, and learned about my people. Now it is time to decide if your heart is ready to join ours fully, not because of duty, but because of choice." Lucas looked at her, thinking of the past weeks, the conversations, the learning, the danger, and the trust they had built. He realized that he no longer felt paralyzed by fear. He had faced challenges, proven himself, and learned what it meant to be worthy. "Tala," he said softly, "my heart It has made its choice. I want to be with you. I want to join your world, not only for your family, but because of you, because of what we share." Tala smiled, her violet eyes glowing softly in the starlight. "Then we will face the future together, Lucas. Side by side, as partners, as friends, and as something more." They embraced, feeling the bond deepen. Lucas realized that the journey was not over, but the first true step had been taken. He understood that life with Tala would bring challenges, cultural differences, and new responsibilities. But he also knew that together they could face anything. That night, Lucas lay in his quarters, staring at the ceiling. He felt tired, but alive. He had faced danger, proven his courage, and chosen a path with Tala. He realized that fear was no longer a barrier. It was a guide, a reminder to act with purpose and honor. Tala looked at the same stars from her cabin, thinking of Lucas, of courage, and of the bond they had built. She knew that more challenges would come, but she also knew that together they could overcome them. The trust and understanding between them had grown stronger, and it would continue to guide them. Lucas and Tala had begun a journey that would not only change their lives, but perhaps the lives of both their worlds. They had faced fear, acted with courage, and made a choice that mattered. And in that choice, they had found strength, hope, and a shared future. The stars outside continued to shine, reflecting the possibilities ahead. The moment felt solemn, peaceful, and full of hope. Tala's mother and father appeared in hologram form above the observation deck. They looked proud, calm, and kind. Her mother spoke first. "Lucas Gray, our daughter has chosen you. We trust your courage, your heart, and your honor. Today you join not only her life, but our people. Your choice will honor both worlds." Lucas felt the weight of their words, but it no longer frightened him. He had faced fear, acted with courage, and proven himself in ways he had never imagined. Now it was time to make a choice from his heart. "I choose," he said clearly, "to be with Tala. Not for duty, not for expectation, but for her, for what we share. For a future we will build together." Tala smiled, her eyes bright. "And I choose you, Lucas. You have my trust, my heart, and my hope for the future." The ceremony began. The station's soft lights shifted, forming a circle around them. Humans and aliens alike watched in quiet awe. The ritual was simple, focused on trust, respect, and the bond between them. Lucas and Tala joined hands, feeling the connection deepen. It was more than words, more than ritual. It was a promise of courage, love, and partnership. As they stood together, the leaders of both species spoke. Grant, the human commander, addressed the assembly. "Today is a remarkable day, not just for Lucas and Tala, but for all of us. Today, two worlds take a step toward unity, trust, and understanding. May this bond inspire peace, courage, and friendship across the stars." Varen, the alien engineer, added, "Lucas and Tala show that connection is not limited by species. It is built through action, respect, and choice. Let their courage guide us all." Lucas looked at Tala, feeling a deep sense of peace. He had feared the unknown, questioned his own heart, and faced danger. But he had chosen. He had chosen her, and she had chosen him. Together they were stronger, braver, and ready to face whatever came next. The ceremony ended with a symbolic gesture. Lucas and Tala touched foreheads gently, a sign of unity in Tala's culture. Energy flowed between them in a soft glow, visible to all present. The crowd erupted in quiet celebration, humans and aliens alike smiling, nodding, and showing respect. After the ceremony, Lucas and Tala walked through the observation deck together. They held hands, feeling the warmth of their bond. The station seemed brighter, calmer, filled with hope. "We did it," Lucas said softly. "We faced everything, and we chose each other." Tala nodded. Yes, Lucas, but this is only the beginning. The real journey starts now. We will face challenges, but together, side by side. Over the following days, Lucas worked to learn more about Tala's people. He studied their customs, technology, and traditions, and shared his own human knowledge in return. Tala guided him patiently, helping him understand the ways of her people, their values, and the importance of connection. In turn, Lucas shared stories of his family, his world, and human ways. Both learned, respected, and grew together. Humans on the station began to see the value in this union. They learned from Tala's people, gaining new ideas, new ways to approach problems, and new understanding of trust and honor. Aliens in turn began to appreciate human courage, creativity, and compassion. Slowly, the bond between the two species strengthened. One evening, Lucas and Tala stood on the observation deck, watching the stars. The planet below reflected soft light into the station. "Lucas," Tala said, "look at what we have started. Our bond is small, but it represents something greater. Peace, trust, and unity can grow between our worlds." Lucas smiled, squeezing her hand. "I see it too. And I am proud to be part of it together. We can face anything. Together, we can build a future that honors both our people." They sat in silence, watching the stars. Lucas realized that he had changed. He was no longer just a human engineer on a station. He was part of something larger, something meaningful. He had chosen courage, trust, and love. And in return, he had gained connection, respect, and hope. Tala leaned against him, resting her head on his shoulder. "Our families hoped for unity," she said softly. "But I wanted you, not because of duty, but because of choice." Lucas kissed her forehead gently. "And I wanted you. Not because it was expected, but because it is right. Because of us. Because of what we share." The stars outside shone brightly, reflecting the possibilities of the future. Lucas and Tala had begun a journey that would not only change their lives, but the lives of both their worlds. They had faced fear, acted with courage, and made choices that mattered. Humans and aliens celebrated together, sharing stories, laughter, and hope. The bond between the two species was fragile, but growing stronger every day. Lucas and Tala had become symbols of connection, trust, and the power of choice. And as the station drifted through space, Lucas held Tala's hand tightly, feeling her warmth, strength, and love. He knew that no matter what challenges came, they would face them together, side by side. The future was uncertain, full of risks, discoveries, and possibilities. But for the first time, Lucas felt ready. He had chosen love, trust, and courage. He had chosen Tala. And together, they would build a life, a bond, and a bridge between worlds that would last for generations. The stars outside seemed to shine even brighter that night. Lucas and Tala watched them in silence, knowing that their journey was only beginning. But for now, they had each other, and that was enough. They had made a choice. They had honored trust, courage, and love. And through that choice, they had begun something extraordinary. A human and an alien, side by side, ready to face the universe together. He sent her a short message through the station comm. "Tala, can we meet tonight?" "I want to talk," Tala responded quickly. "Yes, Lucas. I will be at the observation deck in 1 hour." Lucas spent the hour checking small systems in the engineering bay, but his hands shook slightly. He tried to focus on circuits and sensors, but his mind kept returning to Tala's violet eyes and her calm voice. He wondered what it would mean to choose her, to step into her world. When he arrived at the observation deck, Tala was already there. The stars outside glowed bright, and the nearby planet reflected soft blue light across the floor. She turned when he entered, her expression gentle but serious. "Lucas," she said softly. "You look troubled." "I am," he admitted. "I need to understand. This request from your family, it's huge. I feel honored. but I'm scared too. I don't want to make a mistake. Tala nodded. I understand. It is a big choice. And it is not just about you. It is about me too. I am not being forced. I want to choose this as well. But I understand if your heart is unsure. Lucas was surprised. You want this too? Tala smiled faintly. Yes, my family respects our feelings. For me, Lucas, you are not just an example of humanity. You are someone I admire, someone I feel connected to. I want to see if we can build something together, but I will not ask you to rush. Lucas felt a mixture of relief and fear. Relief, because Tala wanted this too. Fear, because the choice still felt impossible. But your people, the leaders, they see this as more than just personal. It is political, cultural. If I say yes, I am agreeing to more than just being with you. I know, Tala said, but that is why I wanted to meet you alone, so you can hear me, not just my family. I choose you, Lucas, not because of duty, but because of my own heart. I want to know if your heart will guide you too. Lucas understood that life was bigger than he had imagined, full of risks, challenges, and moments of fear, but also full of connection, trust, and love. With Tala by his side, he was ready to face the future, no matter what it might bring. And somewhere across the distance, Tala looked at the stars, thinking of Lucas, of courage, and of the growing bond that had begun between a human and an alien. Together, they were ready for whatever came next. Side by side, the day of the union had arrived. The station buzzed with activity, humans and aliens working side by side to prepare for the ceremony. Banners of soft light floated along the corridors, and the observation deck was decorated with glowing crystals from Tala's homeworld. Lucas Gray felt nervous but also excited. The past weeks had taught him courage, trust, and the meaning of choice. Now he would face the final step. He put on the ceremonial suit given to him by Tala's family. It was simple, elegant, and comfortable, designed to symbolize respect and connection. Lucas looked at his reflection in the polished metal walls. He hardly recognized himself. The quiet engineer had become someone ready to step into a new life, a new world, and a new role. Tala appeared at the entrance to the observation deck. Her violet eyes sparkled, and her silver-blue skin seemed to glow under the soft lights. She wore her ceremonial robe, flowing and elegant, with patterns that symbolized family, trust, and unity. Lucas's heart skipped a beat. She looked beautiful, calm, and strong, all at once. "Lucas," she said softly, stepping closer, "are you ready?" He nodded, taking a deep breath. "Yes, I am ready, with you side by side." They walked together along the decorated path. Humans and aliens lined the way, watching quietly. The station commander, a human named Grant, gave Lucas a nod of encouragement. A tall alien engineer named Viren stepped forward to bless the ceremony.